So I've just watched 25 minutes of this Aston Villa video by Wesley Winter. um, I was in Hawley during the football match. I don't follow football match, so I booked a holiday to Hawley, not because I was avoiding anything. I just wanted to go. I wanted to go somewhere nice for firework day because each year I kept saying to myself, next year will be better, next year will be better. People will have exposed me by that point, and yeah, each year nothing happened. So I really wanted to do some sort of firework display. It's depressing being with my sister because, you know, all the types of people that I hate. I feel like my family fills in all the categories. You shouldn't have kids if you can't look after kids. And yet my sister has had three and she can't look after kids, and yet she doesn't seem to see it as a problem. She just thinks I want, so I will get, and she doesn't seem to put any logic behind whether or not she can look it after. She got a job in the nursery because she believes she can do it, and the truth is she can't. We were driving through when we were coming back through the city. She had the child. We had the younger one. She's got this weird order where she can't look after the older one, but she can look after the younger one because the younger one was never in social services. So I think the thing is, because they took the child, the 2-year-old away, and then gave the child back to her last year. It was under some sort of condition that she's only allowed to spend so much time with the younger child, with the 2-year-old child. She can't be alone with the child basically, and because the younger one was never put into social services, they don't have these much conditions on this younger child. But when sometimes they have this nursery daycare where they look after the children, but sometimes they can only look after one, and because she's only allowed to be with the younger one, not the older one, she has to put the older one into the child mining place, and she has to look after the younger one. The problem is the younger one is a lot harder to look after with, and so both my mum and my sister are not allowed to be with the older one, because it was that child was in social services. It's such a weird catch. Like, you're allowed to look after the younger one but not the older one because the older one was in social services, and I guess if anything happened to that, they would blame social services for giving the child back. But because the younger one was never in child social services, if anything happened to the younger child, the social services can't be blamed. But because of that, this order has put so much strain and pressure on the father to look after both of them, and if they do have a care centre, the older one has to go into the centre, and anyway, but she was pushing the pram, and the child was just playing around on the thing. Like, I was concerned, like, what happens if the child falls out, but she was kind of reassuring me that the child's always playing like this. This is always normal. And afterwards, when we got back, I think he noticed when he picked them up that the younger child was probably messing around, and Sophie was saying that yes, she was playing on the thing, and he told my sister off for that. And after that, I kind of realised that actually, yeah, it probably was very dangerous what this child was doing. She was just sort of playing about on the buggy without being strapped in. But I think because my sister tried to convince me that there was no problem, that this is normal, that this is fine, I guess I kind of just believed that she's done this a lot and stuff. And yeah, I kind of realise now that actually it probably wasn't that safe. But yeah, Sophie doesn't see danger, and I think the annoying thing is she tries to inflict her views on me. And so if I see danger or a problem with this, and then if she's sort of reassuring me, oh no, it's fine, nothing's wrong, part of me feels like, well, okay, but if she's done this loads of times, then it's fine. But I need to keep remembering that my sister is stupid, and she's just mad, and yeah. But anyway, going back to you should sometimes being around people that are very bad influence, it gives you a bad influence. The child at some points was like leaning over the buggy and almost looking like she's going to fall out. She's only 1.5, so I would have definitely moved her and strapped her in, but she was sort of getting on the buggy, off the buggy, so she wanted to stand, and Sophie was just trying to like do whatever she wanted, whether she wanted to be in or out. And I think if it would have been me, I would have been far more stricter with when she's in, she's strapped in, and when she's not. But she screams though. She's at the stage where if she's not happy, she just starts screaming for no reason, and Sophie's very just does whatever she can to stop her from screaming, and even if that means her doing dangerous things on the buggy. And you're in a situation where you're just like, Sophie says she's done this before, I kind of trust her, why am I trusting her? I don't know. But yeah, going back to this Aston Villa thing I'm trying to watch, if I hadn't have been in Hawley during this, I might have actually got, because Aston Villa is about a 15-minute walk from my house, so I probably would have walked down there to see what the parades are like. I don't know though, because I'm feeling so bad right now. Yesterday and today I feel like so ill that I don't feel like I could get out of bed. But if I would have been here on Thursday, I think I was actually okay on Thursday. On Thursday I was ill on Wednesday, okay on Thursday, and then ill on Friday and Saturday and Sunday again. But I don't know. Is it okay to ban the away fans? To be honest, Israel is in a war right now, and they have destroyed Gaza. If France would have done to London what Israel done to Gaza, I'm pretty sure that we'd be pretty pissed off with France. But yeah, I'm not. I don't really care about it, because I don't like Islam, and I don't like their belief, and I don't like their religion, and I don't like their inequality towards women. So I don't care for that reason. But it's interesting just listening to some of the protests and what they say. Like one of them said that India was an amazing country until England came, invaded India, and took all its resources, and if it weren't for England doing that, I wouldn't be here. I'm in England right now because England came to our country and stole all our resources and made and therefore I'm in England because of that. Like, is that what happened? Did England go into India and steal all their resources? And they said the GDP went from being like 20 to like 0.6 or something. Is that the truth, or is he just been believing lies? How I see it is England was an amazing country, and then Islamic people have come into the country and destroyed it, and I just want them to leave. And that's how I see it. But if they wanted to argue that the reason why England was good is because we went into their country and stole all their gold or something, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't think that's the truth. But yeah, did we do that to India? I have no clue. But there's just so much division. There's so much division in England right now, and I don't really care about football, so I don't think it was too wrong banning. I don't care. It's just a game. Like, it doesn't really bother me. But what does bother me is the fact that there are thousands of Palestinian supporters in Birmingham, and they see Birmingham as kind of like their area, their location, and that bothers me, because Islam comes with some very bad rules and beliefs. Almost everyone in this Palestinian crowd is male, and yeah, probably best that I wasn't around, so I couldn't. I don't know. I just feel so. I'm so over this world. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm just so over this world that I just don't want to be in this world. I don't want to be around these people. I don't like either of these people. The left seem to be very, just completely ignorant as to how evil Islam is. And okay, there's one guy who was like, oh, Israel's terrible, that they're chanting death. They're saying that they're going to kill and rape all the Muslims and stuff, and I'm pretty sure the Muslims have said the same thing about the Jews, and they're just repeating what they're saying. So to me, it's just two sides, both hating the other, and this war being formed. And yeah, I'm definitely on one side to the other, and I don't care if you see it as me favouring one side. I am favouring one side, but am I favouring the Jews? Because of their religion? No. I think anything to do with the Bible or the Quran is just insane. So I think all of the religions are mad.